Good morning, everybody. It is Week 12 NFL Live Reaction. I'm here, Chris Janik, Las Vegas. Thank you so much, as always, for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. We're going to be discussing all of the early games today. We've got a bunch of them. Kansas City's playing Indianapolis. A lot of playoff implications there. Steelers also got a game and playoff implications against the Bears. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. Ready to go, ready to talk NFL Live for the next 3.5 hours. Chris Janik here in Las Vegas. We sit, we comment, we talk, we have fun chats. I know Tom will be here in a couple of minutes. Thank you so much all for participating today, and we greatly appreciate your support as always. Kansas City's in a must-win today at home against Indianapolis. Indianapolis, one of the top seeds in the AFC. They better find a way to win today, that's for sure. Early action includes also today Green Bay and Minnesota. Indianapolis has the ball at midfield against the Chiefs early. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, the Kansas City Chiefs of all these early teams are the ones that are mostly in the must-win today situation. We'll be giving you thoughts on all the games as they move along today. Again, we'll be here for the 3 hours or so, and then we'll do the cap this evening. Thank you all for being here today. Giants got an early touchdown on the board against the Detroit Lions. The 2-win New York Giants with a Wan'Dale Robinson touchdown early on a flea flicker pass will put them up 6-0. That game is taking place at Detroit today. Able to beat the Steelers today, and the Ravens are able to beat the Jets. Well, we got an interesting run in the AFC North, so we'll see if that happens as well. Last night we had Formula 1 racing. Max Verstappen won. We're here for the NFL Lives today. We'll be back on Thanksgiving as well. Thank you all for joining us today, who's in the room, and we always appreciate your support. what we're most interested in seeing again today is, can the Chiefs find a way to get to 6-6 on the year? They're playing the 8-2 Colts at home. Will the Chiefs even make the playoffs? I think that is what a lot of people are focusing on right now. Historically speaking, when it comes to teams from the Super Bowl who lost the past year's Super Bowl, they have had a historically bad season the next year, missing the playoffs. So we'll see if the Chiefs, who have had great success obviously over the last 5 to 10 years, can keep that moving along, but they really need a win today against Indianapolis. Seattle is also playing Tennessee. Seattle, one of the better teams in the NFC, lost last week to the Rams. Tennessee, again, one win. We'll see what happens. Seattle must win to keep that seeding alive for the hopes for the 1 seed in the NFC. The Patriots are playing the Bengals today. Going to be an interesting one to see how the Patriots handle success. The Buffalo Bills lost on Thursday Night Football to the Houston Texans. So can the Patriots take advantage even more so? We shall see. Titans are inside the 10-yard line against the Seahawks earlier. Chris Yannick, C1 Review, covering Las Vegas and the world. We're doing NFL Live Reaction today till about 1 o'clock, 1:30. Thank you so much as everyone for being here. We greatly appreciate your support today. Hope you are all having a good weekend. We'll be back here again on Thursday for the Thanksgiving Green Bay versus Detroit game. We'll have live reaction to that game on Thursday, a special edition of C1 Review Live on YouTube. We appreciate you as always for being here on the Sundays. Minnesota's already up 3-0 on Green Bay. Green Bay, looking to improve on their playoff position, really needs to win today. Minnesota lost last week to Chicago. Minnesota's pretty much done for the season, but Green Bay still's got some opportunities. They've got to win today as well. The Giants are already up 7-0 on the Detroit Lions, but the Lions are moving the football. Back to Tennessee. The game's taking place down in Nashville. 3rd and goal at the Seattle 4. It's interesting to see here if Tennessee will kick a field goal or end up going for it. Baltimore has a chance today. If the Steelers lose to the Bears and the Ravens can beat the Jets, both teams would be 6-5. That would be 5 consecutive victories for the Ravens as well. Nothing early in the Bears and the Steelers. Colts are first and goal against the Kansas City Chiefs here at the 7-yard line. That's going to be a touchdown early for the Indianapolis Colts, who are going to take an early lead on the Chiefs. This really is a week where the Colts are going to have a chance to show who they really are, playing a better opponent. If they can somehow find a way to beat the Chiefs today, it would be kind of an exclamation point on them potentially being the 1 seed in the AFC, which nobody saw coming, of course, from that. So 6-0 Colts pending extra point coming. Green Bay trying to get on the board early against the Minnesota Vikings. Christian C1 review covering Las Vegas and the world. Week 12 NFL live reaction. We're here with you till about 1 o'clock Pacific time. We'll be here for the next 3 hours giving your thoughts as the scores come in and the reaction to the games themselves. Baltimore has a chance to get to the number 1 seed in the AFC North. If the Steelers lose today, the Chiefs last chance for the playoffs potentially. 6 games remaining. Better find a way to get it done. That's where we are right now on that. 7-0 Indianapolis early at Arrowhead over the Kansas City Chiefs. 7-0 Giants over the Lions. Lions are driving. They're about the approximate 35-yard line here. $7-0 still Giants over the Lions. No score in the Patriots and the Bengals. Patriots have a chance to put an exclamation point on the AFC East potentially if they're able to win today against the Cincinnati Bengals. Bills losing on Thursday Night Football did not help the Bills' cause. No score in the Ravens and the Jets. Jets are at midfield 45-yard line right now. Early on there. Ravens, this is a chance again for the Ravens to win 5 games in 5 consecutive weeks, coming all the way back from the graveyard to potentially the 1 seed in the AFC North and on the way to the playoffs. But they must win today against the 2-win New York Football Jets. Bengals are driving against the Patriots. First down and 10. They're at the 45-yard line. Early score, 7-0 Green Bay over Minnesota. 7-0 Indy over Kansas City. 7-0 Chicago over Pittsburgh. That's a surprise today. The Chicago Bears have a chance to prove that they are a playoff team. Can they get their offense moving along today? They're hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's where we are on that front. Can the Bears find a way to show me some offense this week? We'll see about that. Christian C1 review covering Las Vegas and the world. Get ready for 3 hours of NFL live reaction, Week 12. Thank you so much for everyone joining me today. Obviously, if you have any comments, put them in the chat as the games go on today. We appreciate that as well. Jets are going for it on 4th and 5 here early. When you're a 2-win team, you really have got nothing to lose. You're not making the playoffs. Let's see if they can get this one converted. Hey, Tom, how you feeling? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the good stuff as always. Pittsburgh, Chicago, KC, Indy, great games to start the day. Can Baltimore win 5 in a row? You know, Chicago looking good, so looking good. It's better. Glad to see that you're doing better. I don't know. Bengals need to beat the Patriots if the Bills have any chance for the AFC East today, right? So I know that you'll be the biggest Bengals fan on earth today. Disappointing loss by the Bills against the Texans on Thursday Night Football. Field goal is up and good for the Bengals. That makes it 3-0 Cincy over New England early first quarter. Seven 3 Green Bay over Minnesota early. Green Bay really needs today's victory to keep pace in the AFC North with 5 wins, 3 losses, and a tie. Packers really need to get their 6th win of the season today. They got to then flip around to Thursday, which will be here for the Green Bay-Detroit Thanksgiving football game, which we'll have NFL Live for. I have to tell you, Tom, you know, I think the Bears and the Steelers, this is a breaking point game for both of these teams today. KC, they don't beat Indianapolis. It'll show that Indianapolis, you know, may have some more believers today if they're able to find a way to win that game. I have to tell you in that regard, though, early on, 7-0 Indy over KC. I don't think this is the KC team of past years, and I think even if KC were able to make the playoffs, I wouldn't count on them doing very much. Not looking great so far this year, that's for sure. I feel like we haven't had a lot of early games from Arrowhead this year as well, actually. The more I think about it, I haven't had a lot of 1 p.m. KC, 10 a.m. so far. Pittsburgh's at midfield down 7-0 to the Bears. Again, if the Steelers were to lose today and the Ravens were to beat the Jets, they'd be tied both at 6-5 with 6 games left, which would be incredible considering, again, that the Ravens were 1-5 to start the 1-5 to start the year. Seattle, by the way, against Tennessee today, must-win game for the Seahawks. Got to find a way to win today against the 1-win, 1-8 Tennessee Titans. There's no exceptions here. If Seattle wants to be the 1 seed in the NFC, they have to beat the Tennessee Titans today. No exceptions whatsoever. So far, the Green Bay Packers have played pretty decent defense against the Minnesota Vikings. The Packers are beating the Vikings right now, 7-3 in the first quarter. Again, Packers must win today to get their 6th win of the year. Nice win by UNLV, by the way, on Friday night, Tom, against Hawaii. The Las Vegas college football team is now 9-2 on the season, with 1 game left in Reno this coming week. Steelers have an uphill climb today without Aaron Rodgers as well, Tom. You know, Bears have got to find a way to win. This is a game the Bears should win. The Bears would be 8-3 The Chicago Bears would be 8-3 if they were able to beat the Steelers today. Can you believe that? That's incredible. Didn't have that on my bingo card. No score still in the Ravens and the Jets. Seems like so far Lamar Jackson is 1 for 3 with 7 yards. Seems like Lamar's a little sluggish today. Seems like the Ravens may be, looking ahead maybe. I don't know. They play the Bengals on Thursday night. But you got to take care of business. If you're the Ravens and you want to win the AFC North, you have got to take care of business. You have got to. This is a chance for the Ravens to do the unthinkable, going from 1-5 to division leader in 5 weeks. Chiefs did pick up that first down. This is the Chiefs' season today, Tom. If the Chiefs don't win today, I can't see them. I can't see them. Again, we've talked about this. I don't know if 10-7 is going to be good enough for that last wild card spot. You may need 11 victories this year. There's a lot of teams with 6 and 7 victories already. And, I just think that this is a must-win for the Chiefs today. If the Chiefs don't win, good luck with that. Just good luck with that, seriously. So Chiefs have got to find a way to beat the 8-2 Indianapolis Colts today. Got to find a way. Chris Yandick, C1 review covering Las Vegas and the world. NFL Live, Week 12 reaction. My main man, Tom, is here. A lot of good early games in Week 12 where we're going to be watching today. Happy holidays, early happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We'll be here on Thursday for Detroit and Green Bay for a special edition. Last night, Max Verstappen won his second Las Vegas Grand Prix in 3 years, 2 out of 3. Today we got football, we got NFL Live reaction, and we got the live show tonight at 9. Thank you so much all for being here today, of course. From across the world, we appreciate you, NFL fans. What a catch. Pittsburgh in this. Sure was a touchdown wiped off the board. Getting on the home stretch of college football as well. I know you're ready for the season to be over. Boy, am I as well. I mean, I'm looking forward to all the good games. Yeah, well, one team's fighting to get into at the bottom of the barrel bowl game, and another team is fighting to get through the end of the year. Not an impressive effort last week against Tennessee. I mean, yesterday. I mean, it's obvious they are not motivated. Will they be motivated to play FSU? I have no idea. There's so much other good football to be talking about. I think both teams will be playing through the motions this week. So we'll see. Bengals are up 3-0 on the Patriots. Moving it along here. This is a tricky game today for the New England Patriots at 9-2 on the year. You feel like you got all that space in the AFC East, but we know what happens. So Patriots lose today. That helps the Bills a little bit. Obviously, no ground made up because of the Texans loss, but still a chance. Yeah, Florida was down, Tom, I think 31-0 at the half yesterday. I think that if I were to guess who would put up points this week, I'd take FSU. I wouldn't take Florida. I mean, I don't know. Again, it depends on how many of these players want to play another game. Some of them are never going to play in the NFL, and this will be their last game ever. So they want the bowl game. Others don't. So it's just depends on that. Florida's hand is that they got a bunch of guys leaving, and they're wondering if it's going to be Lane Kiffin or not. Supposedly, the rumors are, and I emphasize rumors, is that Lane doesn't want to do any recruiting and wants a $25 million recruiting budget, and both LSU and Florida are willing to give him that, if you can believe it. So I have no idea what any of this means. Supposedly, also, Lane's kid wants to go to Florida, so he wants his father to go to LSU because he doesn't want to play for his dad also. So there's also that factor. I have no idea if any of this is true, but the social media world about where Lane Kiffin's going to end up, is just crazy. It's just crazy. So, I mean, are both Florida and LSU willing to roll out the red carpet for Lane? I think so. The thing about LSU is that LSU, as you know, you can win a national title, and if you have 2 bad years, they just get rid of you. I mean, so, easy come, easy go at LSU. So there's not a lot of stability there long term. I think that Florida's at such a point where they just want a victor. They want to win so bad that, it's where we are right now. Christian XC1 review covering Las Vegas and the world. The New York Giants have surprised everybody in early NFL action. After 1 quarter of play, the New York Giants are beating the Detroit Lions, if you can believe it, 10-0. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the New York Giants, the 2-win New York Giants. New York Giants, 10-0. 3-3 Seattle and Tennessee early. The Chiefs have attempted a field goal, which is good. So that's going to make it 7-3 Indy over KC. I supposedly he has until Friday, when the Egg Bowl is, to basically make his decision on whether he's staying or not. I think that's what the situation is. So, and there's also the potential possibility, I believe, that he may not even coach the Ole Miss Rebels in the playoffs. I don't think anybody saw the Giants scoring 10 points today, Tom, let alone being up 10-0. So Cincinnati Bengals are up 3-0 on the Patriots, continuing to move the ball here until that sack a minute ago. It's going to be 3-0 Cincy after a quarter against New England. I just have to tell you, I don't see. I know New England's got those victories, but I just don't see them being the dominant team in the playoffs. Still, you're playing a 3-7 Bengals team today. Got to find a way to win that game. I know road games are tough to win in the NFL, but New England loses today. They just keep opening that door for Buffalo. Can Buffalo win? 5 games, 6 games? Maybe. They're the Bills. It's potentially possible. Scores around the NFL. No score in the Jets and the Ravens today so far. 7-7 Bears and Steelers. 7-3 Indy over KC. 7-3 Green Bay over Minnesota. 3-3 Seattle and Tennessee in the second quarter of play. Yeah, I mean, what you're looking at, though, in my opinion, AFC East will be ahead of the AFC North. The AFC West will be ahead of the AFC North. And the AFC South will be ahead of the AFC North. So what you're looking at is Bills-Ravens in the first round at Baltimore, most likely, right? If you don't win the AFC East, you're looking at Bills and Ravens in the first round, most likely. Tough game. Would you rather play the Colts in the first round or play the Denver Broncos in the first round? I think I'd rather be the 6th seed, and I'd rather be playing either the Broncos or the Colts in the first round of the playoffs. Buffalo, New England in the first round if the Colts were the first seed. I mean, again, there's a lot of difference. I don't think I want to be the 5. I don't want to play Baltimore in the first round. I don't want that one bit. That's bad. That's a tough game for the wild card round. We know that Bills and yeah, I agree. But you get my point. I mean, Bills and Ravens games are instant classics, but that's not an easy game. That's not an easy matchup. So Baltimore's got to find a way to win today against the 2-win Jets first. But, reality is that it's just, I do not want to play the Ravens in the first round of the playoffs. Yeah, here's the point, though. Here's the thing about the Denver Broncos, though, and this is my opinion. They don't have a great offense, my opinion. They just don't. They have a great defense, but they don't have a great offense. I think Buffalo can find a way to beat Denver at Denver. I believe that. Beating Baltimore, much tougher road to hoe, right? So that's how I see it. 7-7 Bears and Steelers just started the second quarter. The Bears have an advantage today with Aaron Rodgers on the sidelines. Can Caleb Williams find a way to keep the Bears magic going? And while that is not going to be good at all, there is a defensive fumble and touchdown in the end zone. The Steelers get a defensive touchdown. TJ Watt and company leads them to the promised land right there. Touchdown, defensive touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Unbelievable. Not a good start for the Chicago Bears today. Would have been better just to take the sack and take the safety. Hold on to the football there if you can. 9-7 versus 13-7. Great defensive play by the Pittsburgh Steelers, who, again, don't have Aaron Rodgers today. New England just threw an interception. Bengals defensive touchdown. We get 2 defensive touchdowns. 2 defensive touchdowns in about a minute right there. Geno Stone, the safety for the Cincinnati Bengals, with a pick 6 for a touchdown. 10-0 Bengals early over the Patriots. Who saw that coming today? You know, these Cincinnati Bengals, they might only have 3 wins. They are a fun team to watch. There's no denying that. They are playing good defense today, by the way. Patriots, you can't move the ball against the Bengals. Not very good. Good old Caleb indeed, you know. You know, I know historically the Chicago Bears are not known for like the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL, and they rely on the run game and the defense, but at some point it'd be nice to just, you know, see some better offensive numbers from a Chicago Bears quarterback, just saying. 10-0 Bengals over the Patriots early. That was too easy. Yeah, but here's my response to you again. So they've got 3 victories. They'd have to win every game. They'd have to win every game. They're going to do what they did last year, where they were 4-8 and finished 9-8, and then they missed the playoffs anyway. Just my thoughts. I mean, it's kind of a little too late for that, you know. You lost to the Jets. Should have won that game. You know, they should have at least maybe 1 or 2 more victories. Colts are going to get close to the end zone here inside the 5-yard line. Not great defense by the Kansas City Chiefs on 3rd and 1 there. 1st and goal coming up for the Indianapolis Colts against the Kansas City Chiefs. Christian XC1 review covering Las Vegas and the world. NFL Live Reaction Week 12. We'll be here till around 1 o'clock Las Vegas time. Watching 7 games right now. Most surprising is the Giants are beating the Lions right now. I don't think anyone saw that coming, or the Lions looking ahead to Green Bay on Thursday. Not sure about that, but Lions got to find a way to get that moving along today. That's for sure. I don't know the remaining Bengals schedule. You'd have to show it to me. I know they play Miami, I think. No? Believe that. Nobody saw the Giants being up 10. Nobody saw the Bears losing to the Steelers without Aaron Rodgers. Touchdown, Indianapolis Colts. The Kansas City Chiefs. It may be almost time to put a fork in the 2025 Kansas City Chiefs. The Indianapolis Colts are showing us that they are at least a competitive team today, now beating the Chiefs at 13-3, pending extra point coming. $14-3, Indy over KC, second quarter. Christian XC1 review covering Las Vegas and the world. Thank you to everyone who's joining us from across the world. Week 12 NFL Live Reaction. A lot of upsets and surprises early on. Will any of these hold? Too early to tell. Giants 10-0, 3-3 Seattle and Tennessee, 14-3 Indy over KC right now. Probably the biggest surprise of the day. Yeah, there's no way that's happening. It's more likely, Tom, that Ric Flair is gonna join us in the next 10 minutes and do Woo Fest the rest of the day. You know, it ain't happening. There's no way the Bengals are winning those 3 games. No way. Could they win one of those or maybe 2 of those? Maybe. But it ain't happening. There's just no way. Sorry, Bengals. You should have won against the Jets. There were some other games you could have won that you blew. Sorry. You put yourselves in a hole early on, and then this is what happens. You know, and then you start playing good football. It's like the Dolphins at 4-7, right? It's like there's no way Miami's winning 6 games. I'm sorry. There's no way and 10-7 may not be good enough to make the playoffs. You got a bunch of teams with 6 and 7 victories right now. You got a bunch of teams with 6 and 7 victories right now. You may need 11 victories to get that 7th. You may. And I know there's a lot of parity in the NFL, and a lot of teams are going to beat up at each other in the next couple of weeks, but you may need 11 victories to make the playoffs. So it may be all for nothing. The Lions get on the board. The Detroit Lions have realized that it's not Thursday yet, and the Green Bay Packers are not their opponent. 10-6 Giants over the Lions, pending extra point coming. Game takes place at Detroit. Great advantage for the Detroit Lions. They play today, and then they get Green Bay on Thursday, and they get to be home for those. Don't have to do any traveling whatsoever. What a great home field advantage for the Lions. 2 home games in 5 days. You know, quite an advantage for sure. (10-7) Giants over the Lions. The extra point is good. We haven't seen any missed extra points yet today. I guess the wind has been cooperating more so. No score still in Baltimore and the Jets. I think the Baltimore Ravens have been looking ahead to the Thanksgiving football game themselves, honestly, to tell you the truth. Literally nothing Ravens and Jets right now. I mean, you know, the Ravens maybe need 10 points to beat the Jets today, but no points so far. 8 minutes of the half, 0-0 Baltimore and the New York Jets right now. You know, if the Bears end up losing today to a Steelers team with a backup quarterback, that just tells you everything you need to know, that the implode is beginning, right? I mean, you have every advantage. You're at home. There's no Aaron Rodgers. You've got a good defense. Your defense is as good, if not better, than the Steelers themselves. You know, I have to tell you, Tom, and I tell you again, just I don't care. I mean, are the Bears the worst team ever with 8 victories? I mean, gosh. 7 victories, excuse me. I mean, gosh. You know, I've been talking about this for a month, and I'll continue to talk about this. I just don't see this Bears team doing very much. I just really don't in the playoffs if they get there. Bengals are doing pretty good so far against the Patriots. 10-0 Bengals in the second quarter. Again, maybe too little too late for the Patriots, for the Bengals, but they are finding a way today. Be a big upset, be the big upset of the day besides the Jets over the Ravens. Bengals are playing good D today, too. You know, we talk about the Bengals being the worst defense in the NFL. They're playing well today. I mean, hats off to the Bengals. They actually are still showing up. They have no chance probably of making the playoffs, but they're still showing up. And I give teams credit who still play hard when they don't have anything to play for except their own pride. Well, of course, some of these guys are playing for jobs and contracts and things like that. The coaching staff sure is, and the players. But reality of what it comes down to is that nice job by the Bengals, 3-7, beating the 9-2 Patriots right now in the second quarter. Yeah, I agree with that. But here's the thing in this regard. One defensive touchdown that the Bears gave up, that's no good, Tom. That's no good at all, and you and me both know that. 10-3 Seattle over Tennessee, by the way, just giving everybody an update on that, of course. You know, got to give the Giants credit today, Tom. They're playing well. They're moving the football against the Lions. The Giants have 2 victories. They're in scoring range already again against the Lions-Giants game. I think is going to be competitive to the end today, the way that this is going. Lions better get it together. Steelers are moving the ball again against the Bears. Another chance to get some points here. 14-7 Steelers early on against the Bears. Christian XC1 review, Las Vegas, Week 12. My main man, Tom, is here. Ric Flair will be joining us momentarily. Not really, but woo! Week 12, NFL live reaction. A lot of surprises early. Giants playing well. Bengals playing well. Patriots did get a touchdown on the board, but the Bengals are still leading the Bengals 10-7 early on. Yeah, I mean the Giants. I mean that was terrible defense by the Detroit Lions right there. You know, terrible defense. Seattle's trying to get another touchdown on the board against the Titans here. 5-yard line for the Seahawks. Jets are in scoring range. They're in the red zone against the Ravens. No score down in Baltimore. 0-0 Jets and Ravens. 4 minutes to halftime. Ravens are trying to get their 5th win in 5 weeks after starting 1-5 on the season. They better win today because the Steelers are looking good so far. You would hope that the Bears would find a way, but if not, you'd still only be 1 game behind with 2 games to go in that regard. The Ravens better find a way to take care of business today against the New York Jets. They got the Bengals next week again, which probably won't be easy because it is a division rival, and the Bengals are still playing good football as we're seeing today against the 9-win Patriots. But I got to tell you something. Got to get it going, Ravens. This is the game you cannot afford to lose today. Jets are going to get a touchdown. Touchdown, New York Football Jets. John Mechie III with the touchdown. 6-0 Jets over the Ravens. That is one of the surprises of the day early, too. You got New York football teams winning on the road against better football teams right now. Touchdown New York Giants at the same time. Giants come all the way down. The 2-win Giants and the 2-win Jets are winning on the road right now. I don't think anybody saw that in the early NFL action today. Don't think anybody saw that one bit. We may see some upsets today, Tom. Like big upsets. I think because they don't expect the Jets to score many points, maybe. I don't know. You start winning, you win 4 games in a row, and you start building some confidence, so you start thinking that you're better than you are, maybe. They're sleeping through this game against the Jets, though, for sure. Absolutely sleeping through it. Better get it together. Because the Steelers look like they could win today. You'd fall 2 games back, be much harder to win the AFC North then, with a couple weeks left. So. Not looking good for the Chiefs, Tom. There is nothing here today that shows me that the Chiefs are going to make a run in the playoffs. Even if they win today, not looking good for the Chiefs today. Not impressive one bit. As we talked about that the Bills had a chance to take advantage. I felt like the Chiefs were vulnerable. That's why I again, Bills against the Chiefs in the playoffs. Give me the Bills. I don't care where it is right now. The Bills are such a better team than the Chiefs right now, even with their loss this week to the Texans. Bears get on a 4th and 1. Caleb just got shoved hard. How is that not a penalty flag? They're unloading the benches at the old Soldier Field, right? Just kidding. But they're emptying the benches. The Bears and the Steelers here getting into a fight, it looks like. I mean, Caleb was going to the sideline. I don't get why they had to push him that hard there. He was going for the sideline. I don't understand how that's not a penalty flag. Welcome to everybody across the world. Week 12 NFL live reaction. My main man Tom is here. A lot of surprises in the early games today. The New York football teams are showing us something today with their impressive 2-8 resumes, both beating the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens early. Who the hell saw that coming? I sure didn't. Who the hell saw that coming? I sure did not. (14-6) Colts indeed. How are your fantasy teams looking, Tom, today? Are any of these teams going to make the playoffs? The double reverse by the Bears was quite impressive there. First down for the Bears, trying to get tied up going to the half. Steelers 14-7 currently. See if the Bears can find a way. Lamar Jackson at midfield. There's a good pass by the Ravens. We'll see what the penalty flag is, though. Ravens are finally in scoring range. Looks like the flag was defense on the Jets. It was. So we're moving forward here. Ravens finally moving it down the field. Here, 7-0 Jets over the Ravens, but the Ravens are within inside the 20-yard line right now. (10-3) Green Bay over Minnesota. Green Bay not looking ahead to Detroit, it looks like. New England Patriots defensive touchdown, and that is why the Cincinnati Bengals have 3 victories, ladies and gentlemen. Defensive touchdown for the New England Patriots, 13-10 now. New England over Cincinnati. Yep, not great. Not great at all, Tom, on the pick six there. The Chicago Bears are going to tie it up potentially with a touchdown to the big boy, Colston Loveland, the tight end for the Chicago Bears. Loveland, a big boy that Tom has been talking about, gets a touchdown for the Bears. Makes it 14-13. Bears over the Steelers. Pending the extra point right now. Giants defense is playing well today so far against the Detroit Lions. 17-7 Giants over the Lions in the second quarter. A play would be quite an upset if the Giants beat the Lions today. Yeah, I mean, you got a good tight end. Tight ends are usually open. Looks like Baltimore's going to be held to a field goal attempt here against the Jets. Jets defense playing well today. I don't think the Colts are going to go for it on 4th and 1 here, by the way. I don't see it. There's a flag, delay of game. Chiefs better get on the board and get some points here before the half with 1:50 left. This is the moment for the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Colts are going to punt here, it looks like. Ravens are going to kick the field goal attempt as I expected. Kick is up and it's good. 7-3 Jets over the Ravens. I think the Ravens will take those points. Got to keep playing good defense if you're the Ravens. Ravens must win today to keep pace in the AFC North. They'd be tied with the Steelers if the Bears win today. Thank you all for joining us across the world, as always. Nothing greater than watching the NFL. We're going to be here on Thanksgiving Day for Packers Lions. Looking forward to that as well. Special edition this Thursday. CY Interview Live. Lions and Packers. Can't wait for it. Should be quite good. Giants have a chance here to literally take a 3-score lead against the Lions if they can get the ball moving a little bit here. But it doesn't look like they're going to get that first down. Yeah, they're going to review that. That's 4th down probably. Lions will get the ball back, but haven't played very well. Looking ahead to Green Bay, they are looking ahead, in my opinion, to Thursday. 17-7 Giants over the Lions right now in the second quarter. 4 minutes left to the half. You think this is Joe Flacco's last year, Tom? I think it is. I think the I think while he's a serviceable quarterback, I think the magic has ran out to a point. He's a great backup still compared to other backups in the NFL, but I think the time is running out. Oh, what a catch in Minnesota. What a catch by Justin Jefferson. About 20-something yards there. Tough grab. That's why he's one of the best in the league. 10-3 Green Bay. Minnesota's at the Green Bay 40-yard line right now, trying to get some points before the half. Patrick Mahomes is back on the field for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are at midfield here. All these games are getting close to halftime. Lions are finally moving the ball a little bit. What do you think of the Detroit Lions jerseys today, Tom? The black with the light blue. Kind of an interesting style. Love your thoughts as always. Touchdown Detroit. Makes that 17-13. The Lions have realized that they're playing a football game finally today, getting on the board with their second touchdown of the day. Lions still trail the Giants 17-13. Five minutes to go. I don't know where the Vikings go. I mean, the Vikings, again, are one of those middle-of-the-road teams where you feel like they can be great, but they just aren't. That's my opinion on the Vikings and the Vikings right now. So, long field goal attempt coming up for the Vikings here against the Packers. Oh, Long field goal attempt, good for the Minnesota Vikings. He really got one into that one. 10-6 now, Green Bay over Atlanta. KC's got to get some points here before the half, Tom. First and goal for the Chiefs here, down 14-6. KC's going to call a timeout. Pittsburgh with a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell with a running touchdown for the Steelers makes it 20-14. The Bears are in for it today. Fun formation, by the way. That's like an old college football formation. How do you not get ready for that? You leave the whole right side of the field wide open for the running back. I mean, that just seems like a college football play. I mean, gosh, easy stuff right there for the Steelers offense. I don't get how the Bears defense fell for that one. So they wiped the touchdown off the board. I guess they're at the 1 yard line, Pittsburgh. Now they get the touchdown. 20-14 now. There's a flag, though. Wait a minute. There's a flag. That might be coming back. Nope. Penalty on the Bears. That's a touchdown. I don't understand how the Bears defense wasn't ready for that trick play, Tom. I really don't get that. Apparently they weren't. I feel like this Chiefs drive here against the Colts has been for about 30 minutes here, Tom, for 15 seconds. Chiefs have to settle for that field goal, Tom. They got it. Not a great performance today by the Kansas City Chiefs, losing at the half to the Indianapolis Colts. This is pretty much their season. 14-9 now, Indy over KC as we go to the half. New England will probably, I'm guessing, attempting a field goal attempt here. 14-10 right now, New England over the Bengals. See what the Patriots do here. They're going for it. The Patriots are going for it on the Bengals. I don't know why you're not taking the 3 points here, but okay. See if they actually do go for it. Nope, doesn't look like they're going to go for it. 4th and 2. I think so too. But that's going to go to half, I'm guessing, 14-9, obviously. Patriots are now going to attempt that field goal. I didn't think they were going to go for it. You got to take the points. That kick is up and good. 17-10 New England over the Bengals right now. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. It's the CY Interview NFL Live halftime, and we'll be right back. We'll be back in 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Hold down the fort, Tom. I know you will. Well, that's pretty incredible. I can't wait to see the replay on that 63-yard field goal, Tom. Well, welcome back. Everything's at halftime now, so why don't we spend a few minutes talking about college football for the upcoming week. See if I can pull some stuff up. I think if I'm the Chicago Bears in the second half, I'm trying to find some defensive adjustments. I may be bringing the pressure on Mason Rudolph. 21-17, not looking good for the Chicago Bears. I mean, got to beat. I understand Mason Rudolph is a stable quarterback, but for a backup, but yeah. By the way, Tom, breaking news. I'm not sure if you heard, Norvell will still be the Florida State Seminoles football coach next year. Yeah, I don't agree with that. That's incredible. Billy Napier does not survive with his 3 wins, but Mike Norvell with that powerful 5-6 team is going to end up making it to next year. Maybe FSU just looks at the state of college football and so many teams needing coaches that they don't want to be in that situation, and they don't think they can compete for a good coach, so they just say, screw it, let's just take Norvell for another year. That's the only thought process I have on that. I don't know if you agree with me or not, of why Florida State's maintaining Norvell, because maybe they just don't think there are any good coaches out there. That's my opinion. I don't know if you agree with that or not. Yeah, you're not happy, I can tell. You know what? But you got to give James Franklin credit. I mean, he just gave up, like, what did he give up? Like $40 million or whatever it was, or $30 million on that Penn State buyout to go coach Virginia Tech. I mean, he could have literally sat out the next how many seasons and gained $40 million or 50, whatever it was. So, you know, I'd rather have James Franklin right now than Mike Norvell. I mean, if I was FSU, I mean, that would have been okay. Do I think Virginia Tech will be better than not with James Franklin? I think so, sure, but I don't know how much better. But I agree with that. I mean, again, it's just a really tough environment. I mean, again, if Florida does not get Lane Kiffin and they lose out to LSU or he stays at Ole Miss, then you have to look at some of these other coaches. The coach from Missouri could be a possibility, but this is not an easy climate. There's a lot of teams looking for coaches. I don't think there's ever been a year in the history of college football off seasons where there have been so many prime or big name programs looking for a head coach, and there's so few potential possibilities. That's how I feel about it. So it's just kind of like tough times. So I think FSU's just like, yeah, we don't want to deal with that. We don't want to deal with that one bit. We don't want to fire Norvell and look stupid. not being able to find anybody meaningful. But again, Dan Mullen's available, potentially, right? The coach from New Mexico is available. So there are some coaches out there who've showed some good promise this year. The coach from Tulane is available, I believe, still. Florida was going to have a meeting with him, but then chose not to. So anyway, we're back to let's go over some of the games quickly. Here's the thing that I'm going to tell you about this week, Tom, and I don't know if you agree or not. Georgia Tech losing, not good for them, but I think they get back in the playoff if they beat Georgia. And the TAMU Texas game will be good. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Ole Miss could be on upset alert, and Ohio State. I think even if Ohio State loses, I don't think it matters. My prediction for the week, interesting enough, Vanderbilt, Tennessee will be really good. Prediction for the week is the following, and I don't know if you'll agree or not. Miami could lose to Pittsburgh. Absolutely. The Pitt Panthers would love to spoil the Miami Hurricanes' last hopes for the college football playoff. Green Bay Packers get on the board with a touchdown to start the second half. It's now 16-6 Green Bay over Minnesota. Christian XC1 interview. We're talking all football, college football, NFL today, live NFL reaction as the games go on. The Ravens are driving too. Ravens really need to get on the board here with a touchdown and take the lead against the Jets. Ravens, we feel like me and Tom have been looking ahead to the Bengals game on Thursday on Thanksgiving on a short week. Ravens really need to win today to get 5 wins in 5 weeks. Right now, they're in the red zone. See if the Ravens can capitalize against the Jets here. I think, though, if Georgia Tech beats Georgia, where do you put them, Tom? That's my opinion. Like, where do you put Georgia Tech? They're going to be out of the playoff with 10 victories. I think with a quality victory, that's kind of sad. Yeah, they should have beat Pittsburgh yesterday, but, I think Miami can lose to Pittsburgh, though. I think those Pitt Panthers can find a way. That's just my opinion. Ravens are finally going to get that rushing touchdown from Derrick Henry to take the lead. 9-7 Ravens over the Jets. The Ravens have finally realized that they're playing football today, ladies and gentlemen. The Baltimore Ravens take the lead for the first time in the game against the New York Jets. 9-7 Ravens over the Jets in the third quarter. Pending extra point coming for the Ravens. That is good. 10-7 Ravens over the Jets, third quarter. Seattle's looking good today, finally, against the Tennessee Titans. Titans are 1-8 on the season. Got to give credit, Tom. This could have been a trap game for the Seattle Seahawks, but they're not going to let that happen today, it looks like. Looks like it's a bounce-back affair for the Seahawks. Touchdown Seattle, 22-3 now. Jackson Smith with another touchdown. I think that's his second of the day. 22-3. He gives the ball to a Seattle Seahawks fan in the end zone. I thought that was quite nice. Right there. Remember back in the day when Terrell Owens, I think, scored a touchdown on Monday Night Football and then had the Sharpie in his sock and signed the football and gave it to a fan in Seattle? Never forget that. Can't believe that was like 20 years ago. Packers playing good defense today. 17-6 Green Bay over Minnesota in the third quarter. Packers not looking ahead to their game this coming week against the Lions. Bengals down 17-13 in the third to New England. Bengals with the football approximately around midfield. Colts moved the ball on a 3rd and 5 at Arrowhead Stadium. 14-9 Indy KC. KC playing for its life. I think if KC loses today, it's going to be an uphill climb to make the playoffs. Indy is managing the game quite well. KC, not a lot of firepower today. This could have been the game where you could have seen a lot of firepower from KC, but not looking good so far if you're a Chiefs fan. 14-9 Indy in the third quarter at midfield right now. Indy's in the red zone. This was the game where Daniel Jones, this could have been the game where Daniel Jones really got pushed around, but he is managing the game quite well for Indy today. I have to tell you that, Tom. I don't know if you agree, but I think he's managing the game quite well. Jets go for it on 4th and 2. I would not have done that. I would have punted the football. The Ravens are now going to have a short field at the approximate Jets 45-yard line after the commercial break. Their Ravens will have a chance to put some more points on the board. Christianic C1 review covering Las Vegas and the World Week 12 NFL live reaction today. We're on the road to Thanksgiving football. A lot of good action today in the NFL in the early games right now. Steelers leading the Bears 21-17. Ravens leading the Jets 10-7. Colts are about to score again against the Chiefs. It's 14-9 right now. Looks like the Colts are going to be settling for a field goal here. Yeah, I agree with that. The days are numbered, but I guess you got nothing to lose when you're a 2-win team, but I'd still punt the football. I play field position in a conservative game like this. That's my opinion. You know, I punt the football, and you know, it's only 10-7 and it's the third quarter. The kick is up and it's good. 17-9 Indy over KC right now. Back to an 8-point lead. Good job on the KC defense holding there, but Chiefs have got to find something. Mason Rudolph with a incomplete pass. Bears will get the ball back. 21-17 there again in the third quarter. Steelers-Bears, this could be the defining game for both of these teams this season. We shall see what happens. Yeah, I mean, they've held them to 9 points so far today, so I think that's not the issue. I feel like there's no rhythm among the Kansas City Chiefs offense this year. That's how I see it, that's all. I think we can declare the Seattle Seahawks are the first victor of the day, 23-3 in the third quarter against the Tennessee Titans. Giants are leading the Detroit Lions 20-17, but Lions are approximately at midfield. See what the Ravens can do here now, 10-7. They're at the Jets 23-yard line. 20-yard line now. If you're the Ravens, you got to get some points here. Touchdown would be great, but you just got to get some points here. Lamar Jackson got out of just possibly getting sacked. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Baltimore Ravens here. The Patriots are in the red zone against the Bengals. Bengals have to hold to a field goal attempt here. They sure do. Got a penalty flag probably coming. Pass interference, I imagine, or defensive holding on the Jets. It's going to make it 1st and goal for the Ravens here. Five minutes in the third, 1st and goal for the Ravens. Second and goal for the Ravens against the Jets. Third and goal coming up for the Jets against the Ravens. Bengals continuing to play good defense here against the Patriots. Third and goal now for the Ravens against the Jets. See what the Ravens can do here. Incomplete pass. Turnover on downs, but there's a penalty flag. See what the penalty flag is in the Patriots and the Bengals. Be quite disappointing. Looks like it's going to be defensive holding on the Bengals, unfortunately. Pass interference. That's a tough break for the Bengals, who literally were going to stop them. And the Ravens go for it on 4th and goal. Derrick Henry with the running back touchdown. That's 2 running touchdowns for Derrick Henry today. If you've got Derrick Henry on your fantasy team, 16-7 now. Baltimore over the Jets. Ravens looking like now they're going to get on their 5th win in 5 weeks, from 1-5 to 6-5. Ravens get the touchdown over the Jets to make that a 16-7 point. What's incredible, Tom, is even with that defensive penalty, look at the Bengals' run defense on that 1st and goal. Got to do it all over again, and they are just motivated. I've never seen a team with 3 wins so motivated in my life at 3-7. Got to give the Bengals defense credit. They are not just going to just give this to the Patriots today. Yeah, you and I could have ran through that hole easily. I agree with you. Oh, look at the Tennessee Titans with a punt return for a touchdown. Or a kick return for a touchdown, at that matter. I think it was a punt return. Nice return for the Titans there. 23-9 now, Seattle over Tennessee. Seattle's still in control. Patriots get that touchdown on the board finally, but there is a penalty flag. I think that's coming back. I think the Bengals are going to get a break now. Let's see. See what the penalty is. Still a discussion. I think it's going to be off. Is it offensive pass interference? Got offensive pass interference on the field. So since he's going to get a break and they're going to get a couple of yards of breathing room, and this is not a guarantee now for New England at all on a touchdown. After all this, we may end up having a held down to field goal attempt here. So we'll see. Got 3rd and goal from the 1. And since he's going to have to play good defense here on this 3rd and goal. Going to have to absolutely play good defense here, Tom. By the way, on Black Friday, they're going to be releasing the single night tickets for WrestleMania this year, by the way. Prices will still be too high. You wait till the last minute to get them anyway, but thought that was interesting, just on a side note. Chicago Bears touchdown, Chicago Bears touchdown, Chicago Bears touchdown. Don't get to say that very much. Chicago Bears touchdown, but there is a penalty flag on the play. See what the penalty flag is here. Giants are still beating the Lions 20-17, by the way, in the 3rd quarter, for anyone keeping score. I think that was the best touchdown pass of the year I've seen so far, if it holds, which it does, for Caleb Williams there, Tom. I think that's the best touchdown. Maybe it was because the wide receiver was wide open, but seems like the best situation. Okay, 3rd and goal now. Patriots, Bengals. Nope. So here's the question now. Are the Patriots gonna go for it again? This is incredible. 6 consecutive stops out of the end zone inside the 10-yard line for the Bengals defense. One more time. 7, actually, excuse me. One more time. 1 penalty flag, of course, in between that. They're gonna go for it again. Can the Bengals, after all of this, hold on 8 consecutive plays? Sure can. They sure can. Wow. What a hold by the Cincinnati Bengals. You get a pass interference call, and then there's a penalty on that. Sends it all the way back. The Bengals hold the Patriots to no points on that drive. Bengals will start at like their 2 or 3 yard line. Still 17-13 New England. If I was New England, I probably would have taken the points there, honestly. We'll see if that comes to bite them in the butt. Not looking good today if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. 3rd quarter, 4 minutes left. Chiefs are about to give up some more points to the Colts. 17-9, Colts over Chiefs. Doesn't look like the Chiefs are going to be going to the playoffs at this rate. They'll be playing the Miami Dolphins in a consolation game at this rate of teams that don't make the playoffs. Christian C1 review covering Las Vegas and the world. We're in the second halves of the live NFL early games today. Thank you so much for joining us, all of us. Lots to be said so far. Kansas City Chiefs are trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, not looking good. 17-9. Chicago Bears are trying to show us that they can actually win some football games and put up some points. 24-21, Bears over the Steelers. Bears are trying to get to 8-3 on the year. Seahawks in control of Tennessee, 23-10 right now. Bengals just held the Patriots, 17-13. Bengals over the Patriots right now. Touchdown, Seattle. So they get that touchdown right back. 29-10 now, Seattle over Tennessee. Seattle at Philadelphia. Seattle at Green Bay, toss-up. Seattle at Detroit, toss-up. Seattle at Tampa Bay, toss-up. Green Bay at Seattle. Small edge to Seattle. Philadelphia. Seattle at Philadelphia. I think Seattle's got a chance. I think Philadelphia's got as much of a chance to get the one as Seattle does. You know, I don't see Seattle winning at Philadelphia. I don't see that. Seattle against the Rams at Los Angeles. I think the Rams can beat the Seattle Seahawks. I think the Eagles can beat the Seahawks. The Packers maybe, or the Lions as well. I think all those teams, and maybe even Tampa Bay. I think it's fair to say at this point, and I think you would agree, I think the NFC is better this year overall than the AFC. That's just my opinion. I don't know if you agree or not, but I think the NFC in general as a conference is better than the AFC. Look at the Bengals. Good first down there to start that drive deep in their own territory. Ravens still up on the Jets 17-7. That's going to the fourth quarter. The Chiefs do hold the Colts to a field goal. It's 20-9 now. Colts over the Chiefs. Well, I just don't think here's my question, Tom. When did the Chiefs score a touchdown today? I mean, the Chiefs can't keep settling for field goals either. It's just moot point at this point. So show me some firepower from the Kansas City Chiefs, and then I'll say, okay. But Green Bay with the field goal attempt, 20-6 Green Bay over Minnesota. I think Minnesota's ready to get to the offseason the way they're playing today. Yeah, well, here's my response to you in this regards. They got to win today. Win today, Tom, and then we'll talk about that. I don't know what it is about the New York Giants today, though. They're playing very competitive. I mean, they got a fired coach, obviously. You know, they're 2-9 on the year. I mean, but got to give the Giants credit. They are just continuing to move along today. Scores around the league: 24-21 Chicago over the Steelers, 20-17 Giants over the Lions, 20-9 Colts. Jets have got a fourth down coming up again. Let's see if the Jets end up settling for a field goal or not here on a 4th and 10. I'm going to guess the Jets are going to kick a field goal here. They did. Kick is up. That's good. 17-10 Ravens over the Jets. Fourth quarter. I know most people probably aren't on, but I'm looking forward to seeing how Carolina does against San Francisco. That should be quite interesting tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Maybe Carolina can keep the magic going tomorrow against the 49ers. I hope so. I guess we're going to see how Sanders Jr. does today, by the way, also, when the Browns take on the Raiders in the someone will win their 3rd game of the season game. J.J. McCarthy for the Vikings today, 9 passes, 9 completions on 13 attempts for 71 yards. Those are Caleb Williams numbers right there on a normal week. Not good. Oh, Giants just got an interception. The New York Football Giants are not playing like a 2-win team today. And you got to give them credit for doing so. Giants are going to probably have the lead going to the fourth quarter against the Detroit Lions. Interception there on a tip. Pass 20-17 still. Giants over the Lions. Giants are playing motivated football today. Chiefs are finally moving the ball, going to the fourth quarter here. Question is, can the Chiefs get a touchdown on the board today? 20-9 going to the fourth quarter, inside the red zone. So this fourth quarter, we're going to see how good the Colts really are, because they've got to find a way to get out of this next 15 minutes against the Chiefs. And if they're able to do that, then there's a lot of hope for the Colts this year. But if the Colts somehow give this up and blow this game in the fourth quarter to the Chiefs, not very good. Not very good at all. Yeah, here's my response, though. Put a touchdown up on the board, Tom, and I'll be a true believer. Let's have a red zone conversion. They could still hold them to another field goal, and then it's just moot. 20-12 is still 8 points. Ravens look like they're going to get their fifth win. If I'm the Ravens, I just try to get some points here. They're in field goal range already. Ravens have finally woken up and realized that they're not looking ahead of the Bengals anymore. 17-10 Ravens, 13 minutes to go. Ooh, Packers defense is playing really well today against the Vikings. 20-6 Packers over the Vikings in the fourth. That looks like that's pretty much on the way to being a Packers victory. You'd have to look up the statistics. I have no idea. Oh, for today? 4, 5. Oh my God, fumble. Fumble! The Colts just fumbled, the Chiefs just fumbled the football. So there you go. There's your red zone number 1 for the Colts. If I'm the Colts, I start running the football and start playing very, very short. I play 10 yards at a time now if I'm the Colts. The Chiefs fumble the football in the red zone. That's not going to help. Was he down is the question, though. They'll review that, obviously. I think they're going to review that, though, aren't they? I guess it was loose before he came down, though. If I'm the Colts, I start running the ball and playing the field 10 yards at a time with short passes. There's no reason to do anything crazy now if I'm the Colts. Lamar Jackson trying to take action in his own hands. It's going to be 3rd and about 6. Bears get a defensive turnover against the Steelers. Looks like the Bears have finally woken up a little bit. Third quarter still there, 24-21. Bears over the Steelers. Ravens are going to have to settle for a field goal with 9 minutes to go. That kick is good. 20-10 Ravens over the Jets. Patriots are setting up for a 45-yard field goal attempt. That's going to be good. 20-13 Patriots over the Bengals. Bengals hanging around, going to the 4th quarter. Christian XC1 interview covering Las Vegas and the world. NFL live reaction, Week 12. We are getting close to the 4th quarter of all of these games. Biggest surprises of the day so far. New York Giants are beating the Detroit Lions 20-17. Giants only have 2 victories so far, winning on the road against the Lions. The Colts at 8-2 are trying to finish off the Kansas City Chiefs 20-9. Bears are beating the Steelers 24-21. Packers well in control against the Vikings 20-6 right now. Patriots over the Bengals 20-13. Ravens 20-10 over the New York Jets. Colts with a 3rd and 12 here deep in their own territory. You don't want to do anything too crazy here. And the Colts will be punting the football. Wasted about 20 seconds there. Not a very good drive, honestly, by the Colts. KC should have the ball at approximately midfield. Green Bay going for another field goal attempt here. That's good. Green Bay should officially have won today. They're up now 23-6 against Minnesota with 7 minutes remaining. No offense for the Vikings today. Terrible is a good way to say it, Tom. I agree with that. Not a very good possession. Tennessee Titans are still hanging around against the Seattle Seahawks. 30-17, Seattle over Tennessee going to the fourth. Got to give Tennessee credit. At least Cam Ward and company are not just phoning it in. They're actually trying to keep it competitive. Oh my God, what a play in the New York Giants game. Touchdown, New York Giants! After a trickery flea flicker play there. That was pretty incredible. Touchdown, Jameis Winston. The running back or the wide receiver throwing it back to Jameis Winston, and Jameis ends up getting in the end zone on a reception touchdown. 26-17, Giants over the Lions. I don't think anyone saw this coming today. Great effort by the New York Football Giants. Yeah, I thought that the passer was going to get knocked in the backfield there, Tom. I was like, yeah, that ain't good at all. Yeah, I agree with you. Bears are in the red zone against the Steelers here. Bears better get the touchdown here. And they sure do. The Chicago Bears finally taking control a little bit of today's game. Kyle Mahangi with a touchdown for the Chicago Bears, 30-21. Bears over the Steelers. If you had the Packers defense, by the way, today, you're doing well on fantasy. See if the Bengals can make it interesting here in the fourth quarter against the Patriots. Patriots lead 20-13. The Jets fumbled inside the 5-yard line of the Ravens. Ravens get the ball back. Tough break for the New York Football Giants. See what the Chiefs can do. This is basically it, Tom. If they don't score on this drive, it's going to be really challenging. Chiefs should get at least 3 on this drive. I'm sure they want 7, obviously, but time's running out on the Chiefs. Flag on the play. See if it's a holding call or if it's a defensive top play here. It's on the freaking Chiefs. Not good. Wow. That's like the worst call possible for the Chiefs right there. Personal foul on the Chiefs. Mahomes runs for the first down. 11 minutes left in the Kansas City Chiefs season. Lions are going to score a touchdown. We've already discussed this, and I'll just say it to you again. If the Colts are a true potential Super Bowl contender, they're going to find a way to hold on here against the Chiefs. Now, if the Colts lose, who cares? That's how I see it, right? You know? So if the Colts are good enough, they're going to find a way to win this game in the fourth quarter against the Chiefs. So extra point is good for the Lions. 27-24 Giants over the Lions right now. It seems to be that Mahomes is handing the ball off a lot. Not a lot of passes. I don't get that philosophy. I just have to tell you. Sure do give the Chiefs some hope, but again, still, got to win the rest of your games. Got to win all 5. Colts with a dumb penalty that are going to move the Chiefs close to the red zone here. 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Base mask there. Yeah, here's my response, Tom. They got to win every one of those games. They have to win 5 because they'll be 6-6. play 17 games. They'd have to win those other 5. Again, I don't think 10 wins is going to be good enough. So what's the remaining schedule for the Chiefs if they win today? I'd love to know that. Touchdown Kansas City Chiefs, 20-15. Kareem Hunt with the touchdown for the Chiefs. See now what Daniel Jones and the Colts can do. This is the drive of the season, in my opinion, for the Colts. Colts give up the 2-point conversion. 20-17. Colts over the Chiefs. Another interception by the Green Bay Packers defense. Yeah, Dallas is not very good. We know that. So they probably beat Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. And Houston is a better team now, though. They're not that Houston game. That's not a give me. Houston is a much better team, and we know that. So I'm guessing there's still maybe a game in. I know they play the Raiders once. Is there still a game in there with the Chargers or the Broncos too? I imagine. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Yeah, those are all going to be tough games. So all going to be tough games. All going to be tough games. Except the Dallas game. They see them beating Dallas on Thanksgiving. I could be wrong, but I think they probably get that done. Chris Yannick, C1 review covering Las Vegas and the world. Week 12 here in Vegas, live NFL reaction. A lot of good action in today's early games. Giants beating the Lions 27-24. Colts beating the Chiefs right now 20-17. Bears beating the Steelers 31-21. There's only 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the Ravens and Jets game. Ravens are on their way to 5 consecutive victories right now. 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go in that one. Patriots have taken control of the game against the Bengals. If they can get a score here, they would be up 2 scores. I don't think that the Patriots are going for it twice here, or going for it on 4 downs. 3rd and goal coming up for the Patriots. Bengals have held the Patriots again. I imagine the Patriots are kicking the field goal here since it's so late in the game, but I could be wrong. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back. 20-17. The Patriots are going to kick that extra point from 18 yards away. 19-yard field goal attempt. 23-13 New England over the Bengals. 5 minutes to go in that one. Steelers are trying to get back in the game against the Chicago Bears. It's 31-21. The Steelers get a touchdown here. There's absolutely a chance. But got to get that touchdown with 7 minutes left in the game here. Final score in Green Bay. Green Bay beats Minnesota today 23-6. Packers get their 6th victory of the season. Touchdown Pittsburgh Steelers. That game is not over yet. 31-27. Kenneth Gainwell with another touchdown for the Steelers. That's his 2nd of the day. There is a penalty flag on the play, though. Giants are holding on to the 27-24 lead against the Lions. Tom, honestly, I don't have much faith in the Colts right now. I feel like that this is going to be the changing moment of the season if they can't hold them here. Again, I don't care if you have 8 victories. If you can't win today, you're not winning in the playoffs. And this could be the moment where the Colts season falls down if they're not able to hold on here. I told you how critical I think this game is for both teams. Kansas City needs to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. The Colts need to win to show that they are going to be a real contender in the playoffs. So both teams have a lot to lose in this week. So we shall see. Looks like the Ravens play a penalty flag. After the penalty flag was taken off the board, the Steelers now have finally gotten that touchdown, now making it 31-27 officially. And the Colts are going to be able to come up with defense, Tom. So the Chiefs are going to be punting the football. Obviously, still plenty of time, but the Chiefs are punting the football. Yeah, I agree with you. You should try to run and try to milk the clock as much as possible. Again, get 10 yards at a time, not try to do anything too crazy. Giants are just on the way to scoring another touchdown. I mean, the New York Football Giants today are playing an amazing game against the Detroit Lions. 2 victories, and the Giants are in scoring range again. They lead by 3, 27-24. 5 minutes to go at Detroit. I got to give Jameis Winston all the credit in the world today. Giants are playing very good. They're in upset mode against the Lions. Absolute upset mode. If the Lions can hold the Giants to a field goal, there's obviously a chance, but if the Giants get a touchdown here, it's going to be really hard for the Lions to come back from that. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left there. Wow, Daniel Jones almost threw an interception there. I don't know who he was throwing to there. And I don't know why you're not running the football at midfield. Bad play. Throwing to 3 Kansas City defenders in that area, vicinity right there to number 84. I do not know what the Indianapolis Colts were doing there. I really don't know. Colts are going to come up short on 3rd and 10, but they'll be able to pin KC deep. Yeah, there's no reason to put Dart back in the game. You're not going to the playoffs, so you might as well. The Colts are going to go for it on 4th and 4 here. I don't believe they're actually doing this. I think they're just going to try to draw the Chiefs off sides here. It's exactly what they're doing, and the Colts will take the delay of game penalty, and they will punt it to the Chiefs, put the Chiefs deep in their own territory. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in KC and Indianapolis. The Ravens and Jets game is not over yet because the Jets used field goals, timeouts. 42 seconds remaining, 35 now. Ravens 23, Jets 10. Ravens on their way to 5 wins in 5 weeks. Bengals have got to hurry now. Bengals have got 3 timeouts. Can the Bengals get a touchdown here quickly? They got 3 timeouts in the 2-minute warning. There is an eternity left in the Bengals-Patriots game. Yeah, he got hit there badly. Higgins did. Okay, you're the G-men, Tom. You've got 3 timeouts. The 2-minute warning. You're going to kick the 3 here? Or are you going to go for it, and if you don't get it, you keep the Lions deep? What are you doing if you're the New York Giants here on this 4th and goal? You tell me what we're doing. The Ravens are going to beat the Jets. Final score, Baltimore gets 5 wins in 5 weeks and puts pressure on the Steelers in the AFC North. If the Steelers lose today to the Bears, final score, they're going for it. They're not going to get it. But now the Lions are at like the 3-yard line. So you pin the Lions deep. I think it's kind of a, when you have 2 wins, you got more opportunities, obviously, but we'll see if that costs the Giants. Baltimore is now 6-5 on the year, 23-10 victory over the Jets. And the Bengals get a touchdown. This one's not over yet, Tom. Joe Flacco to Mitchell Tinsley. Bengals touchdown, 23-19. Bengals have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Ladies and gentlemen, Bengals are not done yet. Great touchdown pass from Joe Flacco right there. Chiefs are moving the ball, unfortunately. Midfield now for the Kansas City Chiefs. For every person who's not a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs and doesn't want to see them make the playoffs, again, this is a defining moment for the Indianapolis Colts, who are 8-2 on the year. If you're really a Super Bowl contender, you have to find a way to win this game. You have to find a way to win this game. So 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in Chicago. Chicago holding on to a 3-point lead, 31-28 over Pittsburgh. Let's see if the Bears can hold the Steelers deep in their own territory. They're only at their own like 20. I don't know exactly. Steelers are going to move to midfield. We got a penalty flag on the play. I think the penalty flag is going to be offsides. We're going to see. Let's check the marker. Nope, they're coming back. It's going to be on Pittsburgh. Let's see what the penalty is. Got I guess it's was it a legal formation or false start? I can't tell. Legal formation on the Steelers there. So the Steelers will have to go again. There's an injury timeout in Indy and KC. And the Lions have to go very far down the field to get into scoring range. The Lions are at their own 5-yard line right now, ladies and gentlemen, but they do have their timeouts. They have got timeout and a 2-minute warning still, but got to play the whole field now if you're the Detroit Lions. losing to the New York Giants 27-24. Did the Lions look ahead to the Green Bay Packers on Thanksgiving Day, who already won? We'll see in the next couple of minutes. Giants with 2 wins with Jameis Winston as their quarterback, backup in there for Dart, who's injured. Great effort by the New York Giants today, even if they end up losing this game. Like to see these teams not give up on themselves. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in Detroit. Again, 27-24. The 2-win New York Giants beating the 6-win Detroit Lions right now. Two-minute warning in Detroit. Christian XC1 interview covering Las Vegas and the world. We're getting down to the end of it here. Take a look at some others while we're looking here. Also, one we really haven't talked about a lot. 30-17 still, Seattle over Tennessee. Tennessee is at the Seattle 24-yard line. There are still 9 minutes left in that game, if you can believe it. I believe. Is it 9 minutes? Maybe those are behind. I think those are behind, actually. My apologies. How many minutes are left in the Seattle game? Let's go take a look at that. My apologies for those things. Let's see. There's 2 minutes and 59 seconds left. Tennessee's got a chance to get a touchdown here and make it a one-possession game. 1-9 is Tennessee Titans. See if the Bengals can come up with something, Tom. They have to hold at least the Patriots to a field goal attempt. Obviously, you want to get the ball back, but see if the Bengals can hold on. Fourth and 3 coming up for KC here against the Colts. They're going to go for it. Not going to attempt a long field goal here. See if the Colts can hold. Chiefs still have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. And of course, the Chiefs are able to find a way. They're in field goal range now and not looking good for the Colts whatsoever. I agree with you 100%. Can the Colts hold the Chiefs to at least a field goal attempt here? We'll see. See if the Bears can get an end of this game against the Steelers here. Lions are at midfield. Not in field goal range yet, though, against the Giants. A minute 12 left there. 27-24 Giants over the Lions. Can the Giants pull the biggest upset of the day? We shall see. 3rd and 7 now, coming for the Bears. If the Bears can get a first down here, Caleb Williams, if the Bears can get a first down here, they pretty much win the game. If not, they'll have to punt the ball back to the Steelers. See what the Bears offense draws up here. Incomplete pass. Steelers will have one timeout and about 90 seconds left. I don't know if I like that play call. Try to get it at least in bounds. The Steelers have to use their last timeout. Not a great effort there by the Chicago Bears. But the Chicago Bears defense has been pretty good this year, so perhaps maybe the Bears defense can step up here against the Steelers. Lions are close to field goal range. You're in a dome. 59-yard field goal attempt right now. Lions have no timeouts remaining. Flag on the play. Are you going to call it delay of game on the Giants defense? Yep. They are going to call it delay of game on the Giants defense. That's going to be an additional 5 yards. Lions are going to have a chance at least to kick a field goal here, it looks like. Ooh, Jared Goff took a bad hit there. 54 seconds left in the Giants and Lions game. A turnover would end it. Can the Giants defense find something here in the last seconds? Or are we going to get overtime between the Lions and the Giants here? Giants still have all 3 timeouts remaining. Great tackle in the backfield by the New York Giants defense. That's a tackle for a loss. Takes them back to the 43. Again, the Lions have no timeouts remaining. 3rd down coming up for the Lions. It's going to be an incomplete pass. All right. So we're looking at about a 60-yard field goal attempt here. Are the Lions going to attempt a 60-yard field goal attempt, or are they going to go for it? About to find out in a minute. I think that, you're kicking in a dome. I don't know much about Jake Bates, but it looks like they're going to give him a shot. So we'll see. It's a long-ass kick. I can't tell. He got it. But the Giants do have 3 timeouts, and they can still kick a game-winning field goal. 27-27 Lions and Giants right now. 30 seconds left in that one. The Kansas City Chiefs are at the 12-yard line. We'll see what the Chiefs are able to do here. Bears are trying to hold on against the Steelers here. Got some fun. We got some good endings at least here, Tom. 3rd and 1 now for the Chiefs. They don't get this. I'm guessing they're going to kick the field goal. See if the Chiefs can get it to a first down, and the Chiefs will get a first down here. But you know what that means is coming. Colts are about to lose a game that they should have won. Again, how good are you if you can't beat a team that's on down low? You have 8 wins. Could have finished them off. Played too conservative in the 4th quarter, I feel like, on offense. Last play coming up here for the Steelers, 4th and 6 from their 47-yard line. Can the Steelers extend the game? No, they cannot. The ball has been batted down at the line. And the Chicago Bears, yep, those Chicago Bears are going to be 8-3 on the NFL season. They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers with a backup quarterback today, 31-28. Can you believe it? So the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens are tied in the AFC North at 6-5. 5 weeks ago, the Baltimore Ravens were 1-5 on the NFL season. They are now 6-5. The Steelers fall to 6-5. The Baltimore Ravens, I told you definitively over the last couple of weeks, I believe, would win the NFC North. They still play the Steelers twice, but the Aaron Rodgers is injured. He's on the bench. That was going to happen. We know that was on the horizon. We knew he wasn't going to finish a whole season. I have to tell you again, Steelers are winning the NFC North, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats to the Chicago Bears who find a way to continue to win games. Final score today, Chicago 31, Pittsburgh 28. See if the Bengals can have a last-minute victory here. 26-20, New England over Cincinnati. Can the Bengals have one last drive in it? Love to see that. Bengals do get the 4th and 1. They do have one timeout left still, but they better hurry. The Giants are opting for overtime, which I don't think is a great call. You have 3 timeouts on the board, but hey, your decision. You know, overtime in Detroit. The Giants and the Lions are going to overtime. 27-27 there. We're getting extra football in Detroit, Michigan today. 3rd and goal for the Chiefs against the Colts. 20 seconds remaining. Can the Chiefs extend their season? Colts should have won this game today. Played great for 3 quarters, but you got to play good for 4. Oh, Colts sack there. So we're going to get overtime, it looks like, in Indy and KC as well. See if the Colts can block the field goal attempt, Tom. One last hurrah for the Cincinnati Bengals maybe today. Maybe so. 4th quarter, 1 minute left. Bengals are approximately midfield. The score is 26-20, New England over Cincinnati. Bengals are 3-7 on the year, but they're still playing like a competitive team with Joe Flacco and company. New England is looking for their 10th victory of the year, 26-20 right now. Let's see what happens there. Bengals still have 1 timeout remaining as well. 25-yard field goal attempt for Kansas City here. Let's see if the Colts can block this one. It's never a give me. Kick is up and it's good. We are going to overtime in Arrowhead. Indianapolis does hold the Chiefs to a field goal. 2020 overtime. 2 overtime games coming up here in the NFL. Joe Flacco will have one more attempt on a 4th and 7 coming up to extend the game against the Patriots. Final score, Seattle wins another game against the Tennessee Titans. Titans fall to 1-10 on the year. Seattle 30, Tennessee 24 final. Bengals keep it alive. What a pass. Bengals keep it alive. 1st and 10 now for the Bengals. Got to hurry against the Patriots. What a pass by Joe Flacco. Of course it's not. If you kick a field goal, it continues. If you score a touchdown, it ends, as you know. Bengals have a chance here. The Bengals do have a chance here. 32 seconds left. I don't understand what the review is here. All right, 1st down Bengals. Let's go. Bengals moving the ball. Bengals moving the ball. Bengals moving the ball. Better hurry. Come on. Come on, Cincinnati. You're at the 25 New England. Got like 32 seconds left there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That just happened. The Lions with a walk-up touchdown on the kickoff return for a touchdown against the Giants. So now the Giants have to get a touchdown, obviously, or this game's over. See, this is why you should have kicked the field goal. This is why you should have kicked the field goal, as you talked about, because the Giants then lead 30-24, as opposed to 27-24. Yeah, I probably would have taken the 3 also. But, 2-win teams making decisions. This is the last hurrah for the Cincinnati Bengals here, 26-20. Fortunately, no penalty flags on the field. The Patriots will get their 10th win of the NFL season, 26-20 over the Bengals. Great effort again by the Cincinnati Bengals, but another week coming up short. Bengals fall to 3-8 on the NFL season. The Colts do nothing on their first drive in overtime. They are punting to the Chiefs. They're going to be deep in their own territory at the 5-yard line. Chiefs are at their own 5-yard line. Have a little faith. They're a long way away from a field goal still. A tie would really hurt them, by the way, too. A tie would be as bad as a loss here, in my opinion. I don't know if you agree with that or not. Third and 10 for the New York Giants. They must keep going here. They must score a touchdown or this game is over, basically. Fourth and 10 coming up for the Giants. Lions are one play away from victory. Christian XC1 interview covering Las Vegas and the world. We're wrapping up. There's a couple games in overtime. The Chiefs and the Colts and the Giants and the Lions. We're here doing NFL Live Reaction Week 12. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is it for the Giants, 4th and 10. See if they can keep this going, or will the Lions escape with another victory today? There's a penalty flag. The Giants do get the first down. Let's see what the marker is. It's on Detroit. So that drive is going to continue. Penalty is declined. First down Giants. So that game's not over yet. So here's my question, Tom. If you're the New York Giants and you march down the field and you get a touchdown here, do you go for two to end? I'd love your input on that. I'd probably go for the two. Yeah, I'd probably go for the two also. Giants haven't given up. I'll give them that. Giants have two plays to get the first down here. Going to be a big key third down here for the Colts, Tom. Can the Colts hold the Chiefs here with 6 minutes left in overtime in KC? Another penalty flag in the Lions and Giants game. Is that going to be encroachment? Maybe. Oh, Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs get the first down. They're at the approximate 47 of Indy now. Game-winning field goal attempt potentially in KC's future. Still outside of field goal range. Anything can happen. 5 minutes left in overtime. That was a big play for Indy there. You really need to stop KC there on that play. Chiefs are at their 46-yard line of Indy. Giants are still moving the football down the field. Early score here in Las Vegas. The Browns are beating the Raiders 7-0. Sanders Jr. is on the field. Giants have a fourth down. This is it for the New York Giants. Can they get it on a 4th and 5 and extend the game, or will the Lions escape today and go to Thanksgiving Thursday with a victory? And there's going to be an exclamation point sack to end the game. And the Lions, who did not play very good for the majority of this game against the 2-win New York Giants, the Lions will escape with an overtime victory of 34-27 over the New York Giants today, sacking Jameis Winston to end the game. Final score, Detroit Lions 34, New York Giants 27. Chiefs still have to make that field goal, Tom. It ain't over till they make it. Early scores in the second games, just to tell you all. Jacksonville 7, Arizona 0. Browns 7-0 over the Raiders. No score yet in the Eagles and the Cowboys, and no score in the Falcons and the Saints. Sunday Night Football tonight. Really great game, by the way. Buccaneers and Rams tonight in SoFi Stadium. Looking forward to seeing how the Rams and Bucks do. We'll talk about that tonight, of course, on the review show, 9 p.m. Vegas time, midnight Eastern time, on the way to Thanksgiving Day on Thursday. Arizona Cardinals are going to get a defensive touchdown on a interception return for a touchdown. 7-6 now, Jacksonville over Arizona. Walter Nolan III with a defensive touchdown for the Arizona Cardinals. Got 2 minutes left in overtime in KC and Indy. Here comes the field goal attempt to see if KC will keep their playoff hopes alive by Harrison Buckner. And the Colts are going to use a timeout, I think, to ice. Maybe. Or maybe not. Here comes the field goal attempt for the Chiefs. It looks like. The kick is up, and it's good. The Chiefs will keep their playoff hopes alive. The Indianapolis Colts had a chance to take another step in the right direction. They're going to fall. New England is now the #1 seed officially overall in the AFC. Kansas City Chiefs moved to 6-5 on the year with a 23-20 victory. I still think, Tom, they have to win all those games, and I don't think all those games are easy. I told you, Dallas they should win, but you never know. But that finishes off our 1 p.m. NFL game. So let's just do a recap of what we saw today. And thank you all for being here today from around the world. The Chicago Bears moved to 8-3 on the NFL season with a victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers, 31-28. Caleb Williams stats today, 19 for 35 and 3 touchdowns. Good job, Caleb Williams. Much better than past weeks. New England Patriots moved to 10-2 on the NFL season with a 26-20 win over the Bengals. Bengals fall to 3-8 on the season. Detroit Lions find a way in overtime to come back and beat the New York Giants 34-27. Giants are now 2-10 on the year. Seattle moved to 8-3 on the NFL season with a 30-24 win over the Titans. Tennessee Titans' worst record in the NFL, 1-10 on the NFL season. The Baltimore Ravens get to 6-5 on the year, 5 wins in a row in 5 weeks for the Baltimore Ravens. They beat the New York Jets 23-10. They are now in first place, tied with the Steelers at 6-5 of the AFC North. And finally, the Green Bay Packers find a way to get to 7-3 on the year. They now meet the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving Day. Both the Lions and Packers win today, 23-6 win over the Vikings. Vikings are now 4-7 on the year. Finally, Chiefs keep their playoff hopes alive for whatever that means, at least for another week. Beating the Indianapolis Colts 23-20. Colts fall to 8-3 on the NFL season. Just a reminder, we'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. Las Vegas time, 12 midnight for a recap of the NFL week. We'll talk about the week in Vegas as well. We'll talk a little bit more about Formula One racing. Yesterday, Max Verstappen wins his second Formula One in 3 years, 2 out of 3 years last night for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Also remember, every Wednesday, we drop the weekly podcast with Lane Fobbs. He's in Spain right now enjoying some off time, but he'll be back this coming Wednesday night. We'll be doing the weekly college football prediction show. If Lane's still in Spain, I'll be doing it by myself, I guess. But we'll be back Wednesday night dropping it for the weekly college football predictions. Last regular season victory, Texas, TAMU, Ohio State, Michigan. A lot of good games this coming week in the college football season as we get close to the college football playoff. And then finally, go over to the main channel. We've got some great segments. Actress Morgan Fairchild, getting close to 1,000 views. Go over and check that out. A lot of you already have. And then go check out also my interview with Michael Mack of Max Pawn Luxury here in Las Vegas, talking about layaway and buy now, pay later to buy luxury bags and other things. State of America, ladies and gentlemen. Please go check that out. And a great conversation as well. I'm Chris Yannick. Thank you so much for joining us today from all across the world. Again, remember this coming Thursday, 10 a.m. Las Vegas time, we will be doing a Thanksgiving special, Green Bay versus Detroit. We will be doing the commentary on that game. We look forward to seeing, maybe we'll have a special guest on Thanksgiving. I'll be working on that this week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. We will see you back here next week, same time, week 13 NFL reaction. We still got 6 weeks left of this stuff. I'm Chris Yannick for C1 Review. Thank you so much. We're happy to be here in Las Vegas.
Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you later tonight again.